Hi everybody, I'm JT. Welcome to another video from me here at Campervan Journey. And in this video, you join us for part 2 of our first adventure of 2025 to the French Alps. So good morning. Welcome to a very sunny and very cold Bourg St Maurice. After 750 miles and I think it's probably about 13 hours of total driving time, we arrived here yesterday afternoon at around 5 o'clock. But first job of the day is to pop to Super U and get some groceries. You see there's no snow here at campsite level, which is about 800 metres above sea level. There's been a lot of snow the last few days up at resort level apparently, sort of from 1600 upwards. We'll find that out this week. So one of the first things I love to do when we arrive here at Camping Huttopia in Bourg St Maurice is to go to the Super U supermarket. There's something about the Super U in Bourg which just sets it apart from a normal supermarket. I don't know what it is, but just the presentation of all the products, all the local produce they sell. There's a lovely little cafe bar, and there's even a little special area where they sell local sausages called the Saucisson Cave. But I'll show you around that a little bit later. First job of the day is to get something for breakfast. So I'm heading off down to get some pastries, some bread for the day, and possibly a bottle of wine for tea. All this produce all beautifully arranged. Just don't get it in a supermarket in the UK. Look at all these cheese, hundreds of varieties of cheeses. And the pièce de résistance, the Saucisson Cave. You've just got to come in here and have a good sniff. Okay, provisions bought, all the essentials, bread, wine, pain au chocolat. Let's get paid. It's chaos in here this morning. Okay, provisions bought for the next couple of days. We did bring some food and bits with us in the van, so just needed to get a few bits for today. But as you'd expect on a Saturday morning, the supermarket is heaving. Lots and lots of English people in there as well. And what lots of people tend to do is they'll stock up here before driving up to the resorts where they're staying for the week, because as you'd expect up in the ski resorts, there isn't easy access to a big supermarket. Lots of little ones. You expect prices absolutely at a premium. So, see lots of English tourists, English holiday makers doing their weekly shop like they would do at home, filling the boots up on their cars with huge trolley loads of groceries, and then they'll drive up and check into their apartments for the week. But knowing how small some of these apartments are, I don't know where they're going to keep all their groceries. There we go, so 5 minutes walk and we're back at the campsite. Bonjour. Thank you. I have your groceries.
Very cold.
Ha
Went in, shut the door, it's cold.
It's cold. So it got down to -8 last night here in Bourg St Maurice, but we were very nice and snug here in the campervan. There are a few things that we've done which I've put together separate videos on leading up to our trip to try and keep us warm in preparation for this, but just to recap, if you haven't managed to see those separate videos, so the first one was putting the screen protector onto the windscreen on the outside. That's done a really good job of keeping a barrier between the cold weather and obviously the large glass panel. There was no condensation inside the van whatsoever. Secondly, we had the rear door insulation, and just acting as a barrier against the drafts that can come through from the rear doors has worked very, very well. And then up top we've installed additional lining and an additional insulated barrier to the pop top. This was the kit from Hymer. So all of these combined with the Truma boiler that the Hymer has installed automatically, and we set the temperature of that to 16 degrees, and that's kept us nice and warm. So Claire and the boys have gone off to do a little exploring, and yeah, we'll find out what we're going to do for the rest of our day here. So if you haven't watched the channel before, then you might be wondering, are we going to be spending the whole week whilst we're away here in Bourg St Maurice camping in the campervan? Well, the answer to that question is no. We actually have what I call a hybrid trip planned when we come down here. So we take advantage of the campervan to stop over on our drive down and to have a night here in leading up to our stay at the Huttopia campsite here in Bourg St Maurice. They have some wonderful log cabins that we've stayed in before. If you watched the channel before, you'll be familiar with these, but we've booked ourselves into one of those for a week to enjoy a stay away with some friends. The campervan is fantastic. It's a lot more versatile than the California for a family of 4 of us, but we do enjoy the comforts that a week in a log cabin with a wood burner and a nice shower, and so we get the best of both worlds. We get a few days staying in the campervan and we get a few days in the log cabin, but all of it combined together makes Camping Huttopia here in Bourg St Maurice a really great base for a cost-effective way to visit the Alps for a week's skiing. So there's a real mixture of vans and caravans here from across Europe. Quite a few people from the UK, lots of people from France, and also the Netherlands as well. Some familiar faces and vans as well that we've seen, I recognise from our previous trips. And I know that given the opportunity, I'd like to do what a lot of them seem to do, is come here and stay for a few weeks. That would be great. Just have to work out how the holidays could work for us. But you can see there's no snow down here at the campsite level this week, but there is plenty of snow on the top of the mountains. There was quite a lot of snowfall earlier on in the week, so we're hopeful for good conditions when we get up to the slopes tomorrow. So when we stayed here last year, this was our pitch on the grass. But given that there's been quite a lot of snow and rain over the last week or two, you can see that actually the conditions on the grass are pretty soft. So with a heavy van like ours, hard standing was probably a better choice. So we decided to drive down to the French Alps and leave a couple of days early for a few different reasons, but primarily if you leave a little bit early, obviously it extends your holiday a bit, but also driving in and out of the ski resort here can get very, very busy on Saturday, which is the traditional changeover day. So we've learned from experience by leaving a little bit early, driving down through and into the valley on the Friday, the day before, means that we get to avoid all of the horrendous traffic queues that can build up on the A43 auto route past Albertville and up into the mountains. That main auto route feeds several resorts in the local area, so it gets very, very congested. And combined with that, a few weeks ago there was a severe rockfall from one of the cliffs that borders the auto route, and the auto route had to be closed for a week or so whilst they shore up the mountain and clear up all the debris that cascaded down. It was quite a horrific incident. It could have been very, very nasty, but today was absolutely fine because we were coming a little bit ahead of time, but it also gives us an extra day or two just to relax and enjoy the campsite here. You can see today, Saturday morning, and it's very, very quiet. Not many people here because lots of people are arriving and lots of people are leaving. We heard some of our neighbours driving off at about 4:30 this morning, trying to beat the traffic heading out. And again, from experience, we've tried leaving the resort very, very early in the morning and also very late in the day. And it's actually leaving later that works better if you're trying to plan your trip and you've got time to be able to do that. But as I said previously, we've got a hybrid trip planned. So we've had a couple of nights camping in the van on the way down, and then later today we pick up the keys to one of these fantastic lodges behind us, and then we'll get settled into one of those for the rest of the week and use that as our base for our week skiing with our friends who are joining us later today. So we found the overnight stays in our new van much more comfortable than in the VW California, just given the additional size, the better heating, with the insulation modifications that we made before we came. It actually was very, very snug. But for us as a family of 4 on a week skiing trip, we do like the luxury and comfort that staying in one of Huttopia's lodges gives us. I'll give you a tour of the lodge later on, so stay tuned if you want to find out a bit more about that. But for now, the plan is to get ourselves all set up and ready for the week ahead skiing. So we've made a reservation at Intersport up at Arc 1600, which is the first resort that you can access here from Bourg St Maurice via the furnicular railway. So we're going to head up there later today, book in, get our skis all sized up, and then perhaps have a couple of runs this afternoon. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful alpine morning. Okay, so we're all suited and booted and ready to head up to the resort for the first time this trip. So the way that it works here when you're camping at Bourg St Maurice is we drive about 5 minutes down the road to the other end of town to pick up the furnicular railway, which is a railway that goes up the side of the mountain. It's a free trip up with your ski pass, takes about 7 minutes. We get off at Arc 1600, where we go to pick up the ski rental kit that we've hired from Intersport. So today we're just going to get ourselves checked into them, get sized up for the guys for their boots, skis and poles. I've got my own boots that I use with my Ski Mojo, and then we'll probably have a light lunch and do a few warm-up runs this afternoon just to find our ski legs again. But yeah, the weather is still glorious. It's about 5 degrees down here at campsite level, but up in the mountains hopefully it will be lovely and warm. Okay, furnicular, here we come. 7-minute ride to the top. Okay, so ski trip 2025, first run, first trip, Sunday afternoon. It's a glorious blue sky day, and it's our first run, so we're going to take it easy with a couple of green runs just to find our ski legs again and get bedded in for the week. So hopefully we'll have a good afternoon. Okay, so we've skied relatively successfully, I think, for the first few runs. It's lunchtime now, so we're just going to stop and grab a bite to eat. When we're out on the slopes, we always bring a picnic with us rather than rely on trying to buy something at any of the number of cafes that are out and about. And on some of the runs, there's these little stop-off points like the one behind me, where you can sit and eat your lunch and enjoy the fabulous view. So we had a great day skiing today. The weather has been absolutely phenomenal. I'm sure you can see it here, but clear blue skies, really low wind, and the snow's been great. The runs have been quite busy, as you'd expect. It's half-term week and the lifts were quite busy at times, but worth putting up with to experience this fantastic location. This is what skiing's all about, and this is what, again I say in every video, this is what getting away in our camper van enables us to do, to get to amazing places like this and make some amazing memories for the future. So I hope you enjoyed that video and all the footage of us enjoying this spectacular alpine scenery here in Les Arcs. If you did, please remember to give us a thumbs up. Please remember to hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to join us for the next video in this series coming very, very soon. Thanks for watching.